to Anamika's EduSpace. Today, we are going to study about the cell structure and function, which is the chapter 8 of your class 11 biology book, right? Now, this video will be present in a playlist in where you will find the parts like what is a cell, discovery of cell, and overview of cell, and prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Okay. In this video, we are particularly going to study about the basic things of the cell and about the cell discovery. So let's move ahead. Keep watching. Now comes the introduction of the cell. Now before starting the introduction of the basic thing what is a cell about, I will tell you about a small story so that you can remember the whole strategy of cell invention and about all the scientists. Now this world is inhabited by innumerable species of living organisms, right? Some are the unicellular in nature, whereas other are the multicellular in nature. Now what do you mean by uni? Uni means one, okay, and one cell. Uni plus cellular equals to one cell. Multi plus cellular equals to your many cell. This was our class 10 concept which we are revising again. Any living body is formed of either one cell or more than one cells, right? Therefore, the cell is the structural, right? It is the structural as the organisms are formed by the cell. So it is the structural, and the functions or the functions of the life are also done with the help of the cell. So it is the functional unit of living organisms, and without the cell no living organism is formed. So it is also known as the fundamental or the best of the living organisms only. How can we distinguish between a living and a non-living organisms? Living organisms can be distinguished from the non-living organism by the presence of cell, right? And we also learned many differences between the living and the non-living from our almost the preliminary stages. But coming from the higher stage, we will learn that is the presence of the cell is the most evident character that differentiates a living organism from the non-living organisms. Okay. Now, unicellular organisms, that is the one-celled organisms, are capable of independent existence. That is, having only one cell, they can exist in the nature independently. They don't need help of any other, right? And also they can perform all their life functions, all the life activities, all the daily life activities what we do, all the functions they can perform with that single cell only. So they are known as the unicellular organisms, whereas multicellular organisms are formed of many cells. So here it says that unicellular organism is capable of independent existence and performing the essential functions of the life. So anything less than a complete structure of a cell does not ensure your independent living. That is, if you don't have a complete cell, or if you don't have the presence of cell, if there is no cell present in your body, right? If there is no cell, if we say there is no cell, then you will be a non-living organism, right? You will be a non-living organism, not a living organism. Even there will be a living organism, then presence of cell is a must category for it, right? Okay. Now we will learn about something more about it. Let's see about the discovery of cell. Now, during the last part of the 19th century, the branch of life science that is known as the cytology. In 1590, Janssen brothers of Holland, where they were present? They were present in Holland, and they discovered the microscope. So who discovered the microscope? J. Janssen and Z. Janssen. And then it was on the figure that the research of the cell came out. Now, however, after this in 1665, we all know about this date, right? Now in 1665, what happened? That an English architect, if you can name me, please name in the comment section. Okay, so English architect whose name was Robert Hooke. So he took the help of the microscope and he first saw the cord cells. Okay. So this was the discovery or the first discovery of the cell. So cell was discovered by Robert Hooke, right? So let us see. Here are some more information. Now Robert Hooke discovered the cell using a microscope which was designed by him only. This was the picture of the microscope as you can see in this picture. This was designed by him only. This is not the microscope of Janssen and Janssen, right? Mark the point. And he examined a thin suckers of the cord cells, right? So Robert Hooke observed the cord that is made up of tiny hollow compartments. Okay, we have the cell compartment like this or the hexagonal structures. Robert Hooke also seen some of these compartment or the cell compartment which he reminded of the small rooms. So these are looking like a compartmentalization or the small rooms we say, and he named it as the cells. Okay, Robert Hooke observed the date plants and the cell walls were looking like the empty spaces. Okay, this was looking like the empty spaces or this was looking like the vacant spaces. Okay, is it clear? Now let's move ahead and learn about some more discoveries on the cell. Now discovery of cell is a long history and it almost took 300 years, that is from 1588 to develop the basic concept about the cell, right? From 1588 we are developing, we humankind or we mankind are developing the basic concept of the cell organization, right? Now first the initial ideas came, then after some other ideas came, and then modernized cell theory came into visualization. First, Grassner was the scientist who discovered the cells in the protist, named them foraminifera, and with the help of a magnifying glass. So please do note it down as I have noted it for you. Next is J and Z Janssen who discovered the microscope. I already told you in 1590, right? And they observed the cell in the power 10x to 30x. Then Galileo Galilei came, and Galileo Galilei in 1610 with the help of the simplified microscope discovered the cell in the insect eyes. And after that Robert Hooke came. So Robert Hooke came after three main person in the cell discovering history, that is Grassner, Janssen and Janssen, Galileo Galilei, and then is Robert Hooke. So Robert Hooke in 1665 observed the dead cord cells in the plant tissues with the help of his own microscope. So please do mention it, his own microscope, not with the help of Janssen and Janssen's microscope. Found the honeycomb-like structures, and these were named as the compartments or the cells by him. Is it clear? Is it now? Is it? If it is clear, then please do write in the comment section that yes, ma'am, discovery of the cell is clear to us. Now after this also cell discovery doesn't stop. After Robert Hooke, Leeuwenhoek came, that is Anton van Leeuwenhoek, which is also present in your NCERT book. That is Anton van Leeuwenhoek first discovered the live cell, right? After Robert Hooke, we find another name in the cell discovery history, that is our Anton van Leeuwenhoek, right? So Anton van Leeuwenhoek first discovered a live cell. Now if someone asks then what is the difference between the cell discovery of Anton van Leeuwenhoek and Robert Hooke, then Robert Hooke discovered the dead cell, whereas Anton van Leeuwenhoek described the living cell or a live cell, right? After Anton van Leeuwenhoek, we can find another precious name, that is our Robert Brown. So please do write Robert Hooke, Robert Hooke, Anton van, then your Robert Brown. So Robert Brown discovered the most important thing, that is the cell nucleus. After the discovery of the cell nucleus, gradually there came another point where Johnson E. Purkinje named the cellular components as the protoplasm. So we find another name, that is your Purkinje. Okay, so what did Purkinje do? Purkinje named the cellular components. Okay, Purkinje named the cellular components as protoplasm. Now we get the theory of protoplasm, but we don't know where do the protoplasm came from and who did name it. So these are very important. It is also very important for your MCQ based question or your objective based question. So please do note down the cell discovery series wise as I have written it for you. This was all about the discovery of the cell. I hope it is clear to you all. In the next video we will study about the more about the cell theory and overview of the cell and the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. So stay tuned to this video series. Hope you like this video series. If you like this, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel Anamika's Edu Space for more updates. And also don't forget to click the bell icon, that is when I'm alive to you, you get the first notification. Keep watching, keep learning.